Welcome everyone. Today we have the seventh GENEKEY here. The seventh GENEKEY at the acidic level is known as virtue. At the shadow, it is known to cause division, and we can restore or reconnect to virtue through a sense of guidance, through the gift of guidance. And so we're going to go over this a little bit today. I'm just going to read some of the highlights to start off with. The real leader is the ultimate listener. The seventh gift of guidance rests upon the ideal of service. Every truly virtuous deed done by human beings represents an upsurge in the consciousness of the totality. Everywhere, every day, people commit small and often unseen acts of virtue, and the power of these acts is incalculable. They actually offset the powers of chaos. These are some highlighted quotes throughout this GENEKEY. In the shadows of division, we find many forms of separation through hierarchy, class, social classes, economical classes, racial classes, political wings. It seems as though virtue is something that we can all find a common ground among. That virtue brings us all together. When people are virtuous, it's not really different for anybody. A virtuous act is the same done by anybody. And we kind of know what they are. What I like about the shadows is that we can find it within ourselves, and we can also find it outside of ourselves as well. We can become divided among friends, family, community. But it is through virtue, when we act virtuous with one another, it is our attempt, our act, our intention to dissolve that division, or at least make a stronger bond to a common ground larger to where there is none at all. And the key here, when we really want to embody leadership, whether that's in our own life, amongst our family, our friends, or where you work, it is through listening. Perhaps the best is to start with our own being. If we are feeling conflicted or divided or not whole, anywhere we don't feel whole, it's good to encourage to take the time to listen. And maybe not just listen to what's going on, but take on listening from a place of virtue. Sit with yourself and say, hey, I'm here for you. How do we come back? How do we get on the same page? Where are we separated? And what can we do where can we establish better connection? Sometimes the things that separate us from ourselves or one another might not be able to be addressed right away. But maybe there's somewhere else that can be worked on, can be established, can be nurtured. And through establishing a common ground and nurturing through that, it may soften the space where there is division. Right? Sometimes, as they say, if we find ourselves if we are struggling with something, remind yourself a time where you succeeded, overcame obstacles. It's a way of keeping in mind the constructive or the positive, or at least not losing sight of that when faced with chaos, when faced with things that are dividing itself apart. I mean, we know that even on a cellular level, cells divide. But the whole body, the whole being is still kept in mind. It'd be terrifying if the cells divided and then felt the need to fight one another. In this case, division in that way is a good thing. You can say, have your ground, be different, but let's keep the love, a deeper layer of love for one another, higher. That we know that there's a bigger picture that keeps us together. Acts of virtue are acts of leadership. As a whole, I'm going to reach back to this one highlight again, and 'cause I think it's actually everywhere, every day, people commit small and often unseen acts of virtue. And the power of these acts is incalculable. They actually offset the powers of chaos. Never underestimate what a small act of kindness can do. I think that's what I have for today on virtue. Thank you for joining me again today on my journey and explorations through the Genekeys. Have a good day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.